As you lay there, loose teeth rattling in your head, your gums receding due to the diuretic nature of alcohol, cold sweats, shakes, insomnia, you are currently enjoying the withdrawal that comes with trying to stop drinking after a 3-week bender. Now you can look forward to all the perks of reintegrating into not just society, which you have been spectacularly avoiding, but the painful and slow process of just remembering what it is to be human. Pale and splotchy skin from lack of vitamin D because why go outside when you're busy getting and maintaining an alcoholic numb? Now your next step should be to brush your teeth and take an obscenely hot shower before interacting with any other human beings. Remember, you can't be bothered to bathe if you're staring at the bottom of a bottle. Should be common knowledge, but you should use a bar of soap or body wash. Loofah optional if you feel like spoiling yourself. Go crazy. Start with your arms, armpits, and then go to the crotch, front, back. It's very important. Now be sure not to get ahead of yourself. You've tackled the hygiene problem, but you still have to contend with the fact that your insides are rotting away. The physical ramifications of withdrawal can last up to 3 weeks, sometimes more in extreme circumstances. And definitely don't start drinking again. Now it's very hard to regain your appetite after prolonged alcohol abuse. See, well, in the midst of a bender, food loses all taste, except for the extremes. This is why certain fast food chains stay open until 2 a.m. now. The only way a breakfast taco sounds like a great idea is if you're intoxicated. Now that you've decided on, well, something, best to power through it, even if it tastes like dirt. Now, I don't have a technical term for this, so I just call it the 6. It's when your prune stomach craves food but seems to be having issue with its main function. However, if you don't eat something, it will continue to feel sick for lack of food, so, well, you're gonna feel sick. Now, try to keep the food down if you can, or snack on something like crackers or saltines. That should help settle your stomach, but you're just gonna have to suffer through it. I think this is a great opportunity to reflect on why you're in this situation. The closest I can figure it, the 6 has something to do with how hard your body is working to process the poison in it. And being a career alcoholic for any amount of time, well, it takes a toll. The best thing you can do now is try to sleep it off and sweat it out. Enjoy! Day 2, you start feeling better, so rinse, repeat. But add copious amounts of water because you will be ridiculously dehydrated, and you will be painfully aware of that fact. Also, on the second day, your appetite will return with a vengeance. Now, I can't stress this enough. Try not to overdo it, or you will feel the effects of the 6 again. And this will only just stunt your already slow recovery. Also, try and crank out some push-ups, or a favorite go-to is always sex for some physical exertion. See, tonight you aren't going to be getting any sleep. The synapses in your brain are going to start firing at normal speed instead of floating in vodka. So hunker down, it's going to be a long night. So running on no sleep, you have to tackle the hardest part of this experience, the depression and the psychological pullback to the friendly goodnight kiss of the bottle. Now you'll start trying to replace your addiction, and since food is available and helps with the depression, it's an easy go-to, but this will not help you, though it is fun remembering why you enjoyed food so much. I knew a prison guard once, and he asked me to guess what was the worst drug you had to kick if you went inside. I said heroin because I'd seen the movie Trainspotting, so I must be an expert. He laughed and said, yeah, that one's pretty bad, but alcohol's the one that really surprised him. Sometimes it took weeks to get over, and the physical pain on the inmates' faces was intense. It hurt them physically not to drink. At the time, I thought he was full of it. I no longer think that. Around this time, your energy and drive start to come back all of a sudden. And since you really haven't been keeping with any exercise routine, I seriously suggest not going for an 8-mile hike. You'll just end up pulling something and hurting yourself. And then all you'll want to do is drink till you heal, but since you're drunk, you won't want to exercise anymore, and this can all be a slippery slope. When you're not human, you start to miss humans. The small interactions you would have, and how the booze would lubricate the gears in your head so you'd actually try to talk to a stranger for any connection. Friendship, love, just a short conversation. Some reminder that you still breathe. Well, there you have it. My guide to becoming human again. After suffering at your own inability to say no at your probably now crippling alcoholism, I hope this serves as some use to you, and hopefully you only go through this horrible process a few dozen times. But who's counting, right?